What's up, guys? My name is Solus, and today I'm going to tell you why I think Jinhsi's gameplay is incredible and let you know whether or not I think you should pull for her. I'm going to start with whether or not I think you should pull for her, so if you just want to see why I think her gameplay is amazing, feel free to skip ahead in the video. Let's just get this out of the way first. If you like Jinhsi and you want Jinhsi, then pull for her. But if you need a more nuanced take, let me break it down the way I see it in the current state of the game. Does any account absolutely need Jinhsi? The answer right now, I think, is no. Kuro Games added this nice new little feature in 1.1 where you can see a character's roles. So this right here in the character screen is where you can see characters' roles. And so if you click on that, then you can see it lists them all out for you. So we can see that Jinhsi is a main damage dealer and resonant skill damage. So essentially what this means is she is a Spectro main DPS. RIP to all the guide makers out there. Now, the thing about that is literally everybody already has a Spectro main DPS in the form of Rover. So is Jinhsi stronger? Yes, absolutely. But if there's ever upcoming content where Spectro main DPS is necessary, you've already got one. This is me assuming that you use Havoc Rover. If you don't use Havoc Rover, I think you're psychotic. But if you do use Havoc Rover, that means you've already got her leveled up. And so your Spectro Rover is already leveled up and good to go. Now, the next level of nuance, let's say you only have enough pulls for one character this patch and you have to choose between Jinhsi and Chun-Li. Who's the better pick? I think it's definitely Chun-Li, no contest. Chun-Li is a fusion main DPS, and the only other one of those that we have in the game right now is Chisha. And well, yeah. Chun-Li also has supportive elements in her kit, which Jinhsi does not have. Chun-Li's outro skill buffs fusion damage by 20% and resonance liberation damage by 25% for 10 seconds, so she's going to be absolutely cracked when she's played with Mortefi and any future 5-star fusion characters. I would also argue that Kuro Games knows that Chun-Li is better based purely on their marketing strategy. If there's one thing I noticed about the Jinhsi trailer, it's that people were more excited by Chun-Li's appearance in it than anything else. And also in the new main story quest, holy shit. Yeah! Now, if you don't care about any of that, maybe you just care about the following two things. Is she strong and is she fun? Yes, she's very strong, no doubt about it, and she will absolutely make your account stronger and add value to your account. I've been using her at level 70 with her weapon at level 60. I ran out of resources for right now. And my echoes are not very leveled. And she's doing absolutely fine. You also don't need her signature weapon. The standard banner broadsword is also very good on her, and there's other 4-star options that are also more than sufficient. But the thing for me is that she's just so insanely fun to play. So let's look at her kit a little bit so that I can explain why. Her kit, when you read the text, is actually kind of like it's super complicated. So if you want to get into the super nitty gritty, I suggest just reading it yourself. But I'm just going to explain it in very simple terms. So Jinhsi's Forte circuit gauge, when it's full, it just adds a bunch more damage to the final attack in her rotation, which I'll show you. Now, this gauge gets filled up by attacking enemies with your other characters and by using coordinated attacks from other characters. So this makes characters like Verena, Mortefi, and Yinlin excellent choices for her team. Tao Chi is also a great choice because she buffs skill damage, and Jinhsi's entire kit and main source of damage is based around her skill. This isn't anything new in a gacha game, but what is new, at least to me, is the implementation of this concept. So let me just show you her skill and her rotation to show you what I mean. So basically the way that you play Jinhsi is when you rotate into her, you do 4 basic attacks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then her skill lights up. You pop her skill, she jumps up in the air, and you do more basic attacks. And then her skill lights up again, and then you press her skill again, and then that's it. So if you have an intro skill, or if she performs her intro skill, then you don't have to do the 4 basic attacks at the beginning, and you can just jump straight into her skill. But let me show you again, if you didn't do an intro skill, what you have to do. So basic attack, basic attack, basic attack, basic attack, skill, jump up in the air, basic attack, basic attack, basic attack, basic attack, skill. And there's also a little bit more to this. Let me just show you. So we'll do it again. Basic attack, basic attack, basic attack, basic attack. Okay, so now that we're up in the air, you can actually do her skill again, and it'll do this little jump there. And you can also dodge, like so. Oh, that wasn't really good. But before you complete her combo, when you're in the air, you can actually dodge in the air, and it's super cool. I'll show you. We're up in the air now. So I'm actually dodging right now. It does use stamina, but that's still pretty cool. So let's, yeah, finish up the combo. Okay, cool. So the thing for me with this is that that entire rotation and the final ability at the end, it doesn't feel like a skill. It feels like an ultimate ability. And that's the big breath of fresh air to me in this situation. So that's not to say that her ultimate is not super good and still like really polished, because I think it is as well. So let me show you real quick. So here's her ultimate.
Thunder guide us.
So still super nice. But again, I mean, just look at this. And I know for a fact that there's other people, some other YouTubers and streamers, when they saw Jinhsi's gameplay showing this, they actually thought that that was her ultimate. And I'm guilty of this myself. When I saw that displayed in the trailers and stuff, I thought that was her ultimate ability, but it's not. It's her skill. In my opinion, her skill is more polished and way cooler than her ultimate is. So yeah, like I said, I think that's amazing, and I think it's a breath of fresh air. Like, I've never seen anything like that in a gacha game before. That's not to say it hasn't been done, but I personally haven't seen it.
I'm sure your wishes will come true.
It's kind of like Kuro Games just stopped and they thought, hey, her entire kit revolves around her skill damage, so let's just make that the coolest and flashiest part of her kit instead of the ultimate. It'll also be really interesting to see if Chun-Li's kit is the same way. I already played the part of the story where you get to use Chun-Li, and I didn't have these thoughts at the time, so I missed the opportunity to test that aspect. But if I'm not mistaken, her kit also revolves around her skill, so it'll be interesting to see if we have the same dynamic there. Alright guys, that's all I've got for today. Let me know in the comments if you're pulling for Jinhsi, and if you agree or disagree with my takes. See you later, and catch you guys in the next one. Peace.